Hello, everyone. I'm Bray, and welcome back to 12 Days of Artists. Today, I'm here with a very special guest.
Hi, I'm Amy Angelilli. I'm the owner and ringleader of Third Space Improv in St. Augustine.
Awesome. And how did you get into improv? What was the path? What was the story?
Oh, well, I got divorced and I wanted to reinvent myself.
Love.
And I found out that there's quite a few people who decide to get into improv as a result of divorce because you're going to a really safe, supportive environment where you're playing cooperatively with people.
Absolutely.
And it's the best place to reinvent yourself.
And Amy is, in my opinion, the best teacher ever. What's your first memory about being creative?
Well, it was long before improv. It was actually when I was a kid visiting my grandmother. My grandmother would watch the stories, Guiding Light, As the World Turns, that kind of thing. Come on, the soaps. No one in your family watched the soaps?
No.
The stories. And so I would go in her room and find all these, old, really fancy slips or nightgowns, fancy purses, shoes, jewels, whatever. And I would put them on and I would pretend like I was in the soap opera.
That's amazing. That very much so fits you.
I found my calling early on, I guess, being silly.
Absolutely. So now after hearing that, I have to ask, what does creativity mean to you?
Creativity is funny because people think that only artists are creative when actually everyone's creative.
Exactly.
Because all kids are creative.
Absolutely. Imagination.
Right, exactly. It's just being willing to play, play for no reason, explore your imagination. And all of us do that as children.
Exactly.
And somewhere along the line, we lose that.
Yeah.
We lose that childlike wonder.
Absolutely.
And that's why improv is so wonderful, because it brings us back to who we are when we were a child. And we had that sense of wonder. And we played out of pure joy, not for any other reason. Not to win or to lose or to, be on a team that's better than another team. It was just for pure joy.
I love that. I also think that's such a good way to look at it, because I feel like the trope of the tortured artist where art has to be serious and it has to be quote unquote good, whatever that means, is so big right now.
Right.
But art can be anything. And
you
creativity can be anything.
You can do it for yourself.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it to get accolades from other people.
It doesn't have to be lucrative, but for you just happens to be lucrative.
I wouldn't say that.
sorry, not lucrative. That's awesome. How long have you lived in St. Augustine?
I've been here 10 years. And
Nice.
so I started teaching improv out of Limelight Theater around Valentine's Day 2016,
Ooh.
inviting people to fall in love with improv.
Oh, that's fun.
When they did, then we did more and more and more. And we have a 5-level improv school for grownups. We do summer camps for kids. We run comedy shows every Friday and every Saturday. And we have this space, Third Space Improv, that's coming up on its 2-year anniversary in
2
January.
years, that's awesome.
And you know the spaces, right?
Yeah.
First space
First
is
space,
your home.
house.
And second space is your work. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And third space is your chosen community. So
Exactly.
people find us and they come and hang out because besides improv, we have stand-up, we have drag, we have an all-arts open mic.
Yes.
We have bingo tomorrow. I mean, we
Oh
just
my
have
gosh.
so many crazy things happening
That's so
there.
fun.
But it's the kind of place that you can walk into by yourself, not knowing anyone, and then leave with a bunch of friends.
I did.
Yes, you did.
That's how I made friends when I moved here.
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, so you've been here for 10 years. So you've experienced 10 holiday seasons in St. Augustine.
Yes.
How has it, you've seen the shift, quite a shift. How
Yeah.
does your creative process and running Third Space change during the holiday season here?
It's a weird time because it's also such a commercial time in St. Augustine. However, that being said, I do see a lot more people around the holidays than I do during the other seasons because there's so many people visiting St. Augustine and visiting friends and family that live in St. Augustine. And so that's the interesting thing for me. When people come in the studio, I love to hear their stories, like how they first started playing or what they find funny or,
Yeah.
what is their third space. And hearing everybody talk and share stories and share experiences and get to know each other, that adds to my creativity because it reminds us that, it reminds me anyway that, we're all different and we can gather in a space and still find some likeness.
Absolutely. And I will say it is probably one of the best things that a tourist could do is come to one of the improv shows or just any event on a weekend at Third Space. Like, what a fun time.
They love it. It's like a
great.
it's like a little space away from it all, but it's not away from
It's
it all.
not away. It's so close, but
Yeah.
also you don't have to deal with the
Yeah.
chaos that is
Yeah.
St. George Street necessarily.
Well, that's what
Yeah.
the folks were saying last week on
Exactly.
on Light Up Night. They said it was so nice to see the lights, and now we're
And
here
then
for
we're
some
here. Oh, that's
for
great.
some time away from it all, and it's only 2 to 3 blocks away
Exactly.
from downtown.
It's a great location.
With free parking, by the way.
That is key. I repeat, Third Space has free parking. It's awesome. While we're on the holiday season topic, I have to ask, do you have a favorite holiday tradition?
Well, I love a good white elephant. I'm not gonna lie.
Sophie and I were just talking about White Elephant earlier.
And
Yeah, we love White Elephant.
I've been
It's
through
great.
so many iterations of the elephant game with so many kinds of people in different cities, in different states, in different settings. And the funniest iteration of that was years ago. I had a tiny, tiny row house in South Philly. And there were so many people in my time. It was so narrow, you could lie down and like your toes would touch
Oh my
one
gosh.
wall. You raise your hands, your fingers would touch the other wall. That's
Oh,
how narrow
no.
it was. So all these people were over and they literally were, standing
Single
on the
file.
stairs. Yes.
Single file line.
I was like, can't someone with an actual house take this over as opposed to an elevator? But my 65-year-old former coworker won through the white elephant a box of condoms, and she thought that was like the funniest thing
Oh, my
ever in the
gosh.
history of her own white elephants. And wouldn't you know, she tried to give those away to everybody in the party, and nobody would take them.
It's White Elephant. You have to trade.
And she
have
couldn't
to
get anybody to
exchange.
trade
Ugh.
or anybody to take. And then she
Dang.
wondered about the sexual exploits of my friends, as in, did they ever have any? And we were young then.
Oh my gosh. That's great. That's so great. Oh my goodness. So, last but certainly not least, you have to tell the people if they want to visit Third Space, see more of you, see your work, how do they find you?
So thirdspaceiimprov.com, and our handle is Third Space Improv. And we have a holiday hootenanny running every Saturday
Ooh.
through the end.
Very nice.
Through the end of the year. It sounds so funny to say
Yeah.
that, but through the end of the year, through the end of 2025. So we kicked it off last weekend during Light Up Night, and it'll be a different show each week because everything's unscripted.
So fun. And we will tag everything down below. So make sure you check that out. Thank you so much for coming in today. It was great seeing you and talking to you.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
Come back to improv class.
I need to. I'm so sorry. I need to. All right. Have a good one.